Says we're live. Okay. Let everybody can come. Um, I will read last month's minutes. March 31st meeting was called to order by Nick Bales. Those attending were Jeff, Christy, myself, Tom, Brenda, Stace, and I didn't get the other name from Forrest.
It's Adam.
Adam. And yes, was Brandy Brandenburg from RT Insurance. February minutes were read. Jeff moved to accept the minutes. Stace seconded. Motion passed. Brandy Brandenburg presented the group to her group of insurance coverages and keep us up to date. Stace mentioned that new software may be needed to send reports to state. There would be a meeting April 8th regarding this at the Frankfurt headquarters at 9 a.m. Jeff's mentioned a company money or company making money, portraits, taking pictures throughout the community. Presented the group about a money making project. Jeff moved to adjourn. Larry second, motion pass. Respectfully submitted myself. Any additions or corrections? If not, need a motion to.
So moved. Second.
Okay. All in favor? All opposed?
You want to check on some changes on the insurance?
Yeah. She sent some things to me. I think, did I send that forward to everybody? Maybe not. Thought I sent something.
I think so.
You're right.
Well, I thought we did, so I just thought.
It wasn't pressing. It's just this was up a little. This is what this is. There was some things that we had question about. So I don't know if I didn't send anything. Well, if it wasn't sent, I'll send it to everybody.
Says, good afternoon. Below are the options and other information you requested. All options have been calculated on an annual basis. You are in the middle of your term. Therefore, the actual premium change will be prorated based off the effective date of the change. Please note I am updating the addresses per your request, but wanted this email to follow what is on the policy, not to confuse anyone. Deleting liability location 6389 North 930 East and 6386 North 930 East. No premium change. Option increasing contents at location 4, 9380 Park Street Firehouse to 75,000 in lieu of 4212 212. It's additional premium cost of $144. Option increasing the property deductible to 2,500 in lieu of 1,000 would decrease the premium $179. And the option adding a $50,000 blanket and crime coverage, computer fraud, forgery is additional premium of $100. McNeil is saying that based on replacement cost estimates, the buildings are insured to value. That's what you said.
I'm glad you got it. I mean, there are no major changes really that will mess up the budget, but
Weeks.
yeah.
Just tweaks and
Yeah.
So do we want to comply or what she's got there to say, okay, we agree with the changes or wait, or I can send it to all of you, try to send it again. I don't know what happened, but for next month, for you to look at.
So basically, it was only like 3 or 4 things on there. I don't necessarily see anything wrong with going with what she's put out there. It's pretty minor.
Those would be prorated figures.
Right.
She, the number's like $100.
The only one, we had a question last month was what the cyber security, whether we wanted to do anything with that or not. And either what, she say $100 for that,
Yeah.
which, yeah,
In the scheme of it. And
and
Yeah.
nowadays, whatever might, yeah,
you never know on that. Track.
right?
Yes.
And
Second,
I've had them for years.
on favor?
Aye.
Oppose?
something on the equipment, we didn't quantify, maybe I'm wrong.
I'll double check that.
I mean, I was thinking, but I may be thinking of something else too.
Well, equipment or.
I don't know whether she was completely done with all that or not. I'll have to look. I don't know. Before we get too long, before Larry asks me. General fire, 47,385.64. And the building equipment fund, 287,811.06. Yeah, Brandy, she handed out, see, big thicket presentation, good information. Was here a good hour or so. It was good to, yeah.
Happen to leave next one for us.
I'm not sure, but if we can get one. Surely there's an extra somebody, or I can copy what she's got or what she had. And she did make a comment about those gas tanks. It'd be best to move back to the new building.
With Phil,
Yeah.
Yeah,
knows it before I catch him. Never. I don't have a phone number to get a hold of him to tell him not to fill it. Yeah, it's empty, we can
Yeah, yeah, put a lock on it or something, I don't know. But,
Well, Brian Jones told me that we could, yeah, put a lock on it, but he said there's we got a conduit coming out the inside up to the tower, radio tower outside, that he could get a power wire out to that to power it. And he can get a key switch to turn it on and off. So that's probably all it really does do is I'm gonna have to buy a little more stone to have enough back there on the backside to set it and get the trucks in and out, but I think he's got it figured out how we're gonna power it and be able to shut it on and off, so.
so which side of the building would,
Be on the south side,
south?
back behind where the radio tower is,
Oh, okay.
would be. Bottom of our street, so.
Is there a light on that tower? No light?
Gone, it doesn't. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I was thinking something else.
we bought it, so. Father out there in Humboldt County. Lights on the back of the. Lights on the back of the station when we light it up enough to be able to fuel up back there without any problem. I'll see if I can dig up a phone number. I just quit filling it until we can get it, but
Okay, well, well, Gordon, Dustin, you guys start, I guess.
well, I think we have to, well, I've got pagers that I think are beyond repair, old pagers that, and on that, you're gonna have 50% of them. They're
It, what?
not 50% of the cost of a brand new one, by
Oh.
the time you send it. Who knows where.
Yeah.
The speakers are bad. Well, so I would like to buy a minimum of 2 pagers, and I think that'll be somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,200. It's a little. We have 3 of the yellow radios that need new batteries. Probably gonna order batteries when we get those as well. Those are about, what did you say, $300?
Yeah, they're
Those are home. We can go to Batteries Plus over Lafayette and get them over there, I think, for less money. Fault it's gonna be, that's the only thing. Give it a try. Worked out. Be a cheaper route than going through Motorola. Take a little money. I think it's about $100 difference, wasn't it? $300 savings, possibly. So once we can get to Lafayette, we may try to pick up those batteries or batteries plus, but, say that be. Well, I think Motorola is around $300. That's what I'm like.
channels were certified and our air cascade system was certified and you were in the email. We both got the bill. So I was gonna send it to you. Then I looked and seen that you're in that email come from McQueen for $1,800 or something like that. Last week, I believe. So You should
I-
have received it.
Yeah, I got something.
Service and others.
We had trouble with the deck down on our engine. It was all seized up and we finally got it apart. We've been waiting for about 3 months on parts. We finally got the parts. Trying to get it, but Dustin doing the work on that. Trying to get it repaired ourselves. So I think we got enough parts, but we'll see. Try to get that put back. Grass buggy is in need of a battery that's 8 years old. So we'll probably buy a battery here for too long, get it back up running. We still have, on the grass truck, we still have not found anywhere we can get new exhaust manifolds for that motor, so we're still in limbo as far as getting the rest of the oil leaks stopped. The rear main seal is the main thing, but really Dean doesn't want to take those manifolds off because he thinks they're gonna fall in pieces when he takes them off.
On, seen it on Facebook, there is a Scout web page, Facebook. that It's trading parts and stuff for them internationals. Did have a website wrote down, but I forgot where it ended with it.
That's what happened. You get your head knocked loose.
Knocked it loose. No, there's, I seen it on, looking for it on Facebook. It was on Facebook.
That was it.
I think I see.
As far as anything on our checking out, trying to figure out about a new tanker. We haven't really pursued anything. We have set a spec for what's sitting out there. Built in Lebanon, we've got a set of specs on Kirkland's truck that was built in the south. I didn't figure it was a huge hurry, but we haven't priced anything yet because we pretty much know what we want. And it's, I think it's gonna be somewhere around 450,000. Probably Kirkland's truck was 450,000 roughly. Unless Pat McGinley can build it cheaper. You can probably get a truck built in the south like Kirkland's got in about 4 months. Pat McGinley probably take 6 months to a year. So,
When you say the south,
well, it's deep south, so.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Louisiana, Mississippi,
it's down in the deep south.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alabama, Mississippi, one, two.
Alabama, maybe, I don't know, one of them three. Kirkland's got that truck, their truck down there. They actually bought a second truck when it was down there. And Sharpsville has bought a truck down there. Frankfurt just got through buying a grass truck down there. Rossville got an engine from down south. So he's turning them out pretty fast. And I've not heard any negatives from down there. I would like to talk to the people in Sharpsville, but the people in the truck in Sharpsville is 3,000 gallon, Kirkland's 2,500, basically the same truck. So I think I'm going to have Kirkland bring their truck over to one of our meetings after the greenhouse is done, and if I go through it, look at it, see the things that we would like to add to it, but I would like to have an extended front bumper with a swing out suction hose if we need to use it as a draft truck. some of the guys are thinking that we might want to look into getting a cab and a half chassis. If we can get that. Throw added junk and turnout gear and stuff like that in. I don't know whether you can do that or not, but we haven't pursued that yet. That's basically the changes that we would. On Kirkland, the truck that Kirkland had, other than, I'd like to have 3,000 gallon of water. Whether it's a Peterbilt or what it is, I don't, I think your deal's been with International, Peterbilt. Kenworth. I don't think you said anything about Kenworth. South.
Straight liner in there, big winner. Yeah, I'm sound. About anything, but
Can't let anyone Dutton talk to him, but correct me if I'm wrong, but he would like to stay with. Got out here. We'll pursue getting a price later on in the summer. I didn't figure he was gonna wanna buy it tomorrow, so. But in the price figuring, I would think. Somewhere between 400,000 and 500,000. I know this truck out here was built for a little over 200,000. That's been a few years back. So.
And it's got 750 gallon of water on
750.
it. 700,000 to. It's a little different chassis, so, but yeah, it's.
Well, she's got something else he wants to add to it. That's pretty well where we stand as far. Anything else? I don't know. I can't think of anything else for us.
Well, go ahead on your pagers and batteries. I mean, we're under the threshold, so that shouldn't be going. Get what you need to get.
Well, I don't think it's cost effective to repair those old ones when you got 50% of the cost of a brand new one.
Yeah, right.
I agree with that.
And
Put the other 50% in, if you got several years, you're gonna have use out of it, so. They're a Minotaur 6 now. What they are.
what's the average life? Typically,
Well, some of ours are probably 15 years old, but wait. Maybe some that's older than that.
now can they be upgraded frequency or any of that stuff? Yeah,
Well, I don't think it's upgrade, once you put it in there, you're done.
You're pretty much done with that.
You're pretty well locked in with the frequencies you have. They can change them, yes. But as far as any upgrading, they're not gonna, by the time you get ready to upgrade something on a frequency, they're gonna wanna sell you new one.
well, I guess I meant the software in the radio itself, the circuit board or something like that.
Because they make each one just a little bit different, so that, I mean, you take this one, it's been through the ringers, it's missing all the knobs and all the everything, and the new one has a little different shape, that way whatever's inside don't fit inside out. They change it enough every year.
Yeah. and want to make you buy it.
Anything else they wanna sell you new, throw them away and buy a new one, like everything else.
Yeah,
But I think those have to be sent off to somewhere down that way. Get repaired, but most old people around here they won't even think about repairing one. They'll program it. But they won't fix nothing.
Motorola sells all their parts to one person when they release a new one. That way it forces you to either use them or buy a new one. These fives, one company's bought all the parts.
What's that?
That's the repair shop. You can use them, or you buy them.
They had people in there who knew what they were doing and they had parts and then fix them, but can't do that anymore.
hey, Michael,
I just got bills.
you can sit down.
Always give me papers. That's all we got.
That's all you got?
Just bills.
Any wood on the truck at all?
Larry? Anything?
No,
Brenda?
Did any of you go to the meeting about the software?
yes.
And
The city of Frankfurt is going to buy the county, the software. It's already in the works for the first year because there's too many opinions and too many players to get all on the same page. And this transaction gets started, they're going to pay about north of 60,000. Because there's each department, it's all based off of call log. So obviously they've got the biggest chunk to start with. But there is a setup fee to onboard every department because there's so much configuration. We've got trucks, people, inventories, just to get everything set up, all the users to log in, everything like that, to get everything brought in, and then they will take our old software and they'll suck the data out of that and put it into the new software. So there is a one-time setup fee, but I would expect it to be between $50,000 and $60,000 yearly for the county going forward. But the city stepped up and everyone has a difference of opinion on where that money should come from. And they just decided they'll pay the fee for the county because we all the chiefs that were there feel like we all need to be on the same software. It just makes things easier. Plus dispatch it's just all around better. So they decided to pay that initial setup fee. That will get us to about this time next year. That will allow the board of works. I was told the board of works and the mayor will work with the commissioners and the council to figure out if that could come back to them wanting money from us. But
and how long before the transition, or is it already in the works, or?
it's in the works. I don't know. Obviously, the city's going to be first. And then I think they'll just go down the list and start onboarding all the departments. I don't know. They had to work out the contractual stuff that they had to do. Get that all taken care of. And then once they bring them on, start getting things. I think they'll bring on a department at a time and get over to that. there is a possibility, we'll see how it works, but it does have a aging system in it, like the I am responding that we paid for, so there is a possibility, I'm not gonna say it'll replace it until we see how it runs, but there is a possibility that that money might be able to be freed up, which would be, which would be nice, and then that might be our contribution to the pie, if that's, since it's kind of already budgeted out.
Thank you.
So does everybody feel optimistic?
Yes. With the new mandate that's going on, so that in January 1, there was a new mandate on the FEMA side of the federal government side that which used to be called knifers. Now they're called nearest. So all that other stuff doesn't work any longer. They don't allow it. So this software is compliant with nearest. It allows us to report to the state. So it's got lots of good features. Most of them our departments our size won't use, but FDNY uses it, so it will take a department that's several thousand strong. So Indianapolis uses it, Brownsburg uses it, Lafayette's getting ready to go to it. Fort Wayne uses it, so about all the big cities in Indiana are switching to it. And a key thing is it works with our dispatch software, which is, we have to use that too, because they're not going to switch that. So it's got to be something that's compatible with Spillman, which is our dispatch software. That's really important because that when you come back from a call, you have to call in for your times. You call the fire department, they tell you what your times were for your vehicles, and usually it was only about one time. For one vehicle, they would keep track of your engine or your rescue or whatever. This software keeps track of everything. I mean, when they type it in there, if you got 12 trucks, you got times for all. It's inventory control, put air packs in that have to be flow tested. It's got a place so you can put all that in there. Every 15 years, run a report, know which ones you got to have done. Oh, you can take it as far as truck checkout sheets and hydrant locations. And, like I said, a lot more than what we'll ever use it for. Locally, it integrates with Google Earth. So, like for the city, we can go out to the factories, take a picture, and we can actually put, as we're driving down the road, see that picture of where the fire department connection is on the side of the building, a real live picture. So if you don't remember, they tell you you're supposed to go do this, or you're supposed to go do that. As long as the it's only as good as the information that's put in it, but as long as the information's there, you will see a real life picture on the side of the building where you got to go.
That's phenomenal.
It's,
Yeah.
it's pretty good, I think. People that are designing it are all people that have been in the business, so retired and went to the software company. So the guy, the Indiana sales rep's like 25 years deep. He resigned and retired and by this company.
So other states or departments in other states, I mean, it's universal, nationwide,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Because this big update that happened in January is what started all this that we really didn't know was happening. But this software no longer sends our runs to the state. Well, if we're going to do grants and things of that nature, we have to be compliant. So Stace called me one night and said, I can't get my runs to send. And after digging into it, we figured this out. So one of my questions was, is it compliant? And they've sent, at the time I talked to them, they'd sent 20,000 runs out of FDNY to the federal government and none of them kicked back. So it's working just fine.
So when, like, you guys get it, then you just have to put in the backlog of information that you have as far as runs? Or is that a void?
Dumping into our current software.
Uh-huh.
So as long as we keep up with it there,
You know,
we should be able to transfer it into the new software and then we'll be able to report this year's by the end of the year.
Okay,
Should. On paper, it should all work.
in hopes and dreams, it works. Yeah.
A lot of copy and paste.
For 60,000, I hope it works. Yeah, it's way more than we need. But each department will have a quote unquote website on their server, but like say Larry's got a Knox box or a key code box on his barn up there and he wants to put in there that what his key code box is, he can himself go on to that software, put his key code box in there and tell us he's got 30,000 gallons of gasoline in his barn. You can tell him you've got
Door code.
this and some door code or the keys lit here or clear down to the residential homeowner can leave information on there on a secure site that is only tied to their address. And then if we're dispatched, it'll pop. Should say. For instance,
Yeah.
You know,
things like that.
I was thinking of maybe Clint Orris Bridge, you know, that you put, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Vicious dogs or.
you can shop, you know.
Yeah.
You can-
Oxygen tanks, you know, that stuff.
Yeah.
Individuals can do that. So they can let us know.
The back door's unlocked, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how about, okay, I told fire, same way with EMTs, paramedics. They're not, they don't have
They don't have this particular software.
because of the, I would think the EMTs, paramedics, those type rescues, you go to like some farm, oh, I've got X amount of gallons there, or a disabled person, the ramps on the backside, the back door is always unlocked. Those scenarios.
Well, dispatch has a way to track that if someone was to call into them and tell them in our Spillman CAD program. But Clinton County EMS is on it. Software.
Yeah.
Software they're using isn't compatible with our dispatch system. That's all I have to say about
So that's,
That's not good, really.
doesn't make sense to me on that, but I'm not,
that's for the EMS director to decide.
be nice to everybody get on the same page. I mean, that just makes logical sense to me. But
I'm sure they have more of it. I know this software has EMS reporting, but they have a whole list of things that they have to comply to that.
yeah,
If the information. That you would have to decide.
well, anything else? If not, adjourn if some
Adjourn.
move, I'll approve. I'll say yay. All right. Thanks for coming.
Question for you. Maybe you know, maybe you don't.
Probably not.
Who took the guardrail out of that Wade's?
Down the road here,
Yeah.
I don't know who it was.